Magandang araw po, mga ka-filter. Welcome sa Guillermo Arellano Unfiltered, kung saan ang katotohanan ay hindi pinipinturahan at ang pananaw ay hindi ipinipilit. Kung bago po kayo sa ating channel, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para hindi ninyo ma-miss ang mga ganitong klaseng content na walang takot, walang bahid at walang kinikilingan. Sa video pong ito, ipapakita natin ang isang bahagi mula sa pagdinig sa Senado na naganap noong ika-10 ng Abril kung saan ay pingunganahan ito ni Senadora Amy Marcos. Kasama niya sina Senador Ronald Bato de la Rosa, Senador Alan Cayetano at Senador Bongo. Dito'y mainit nilang pinadebatehan ang tungkol sa kung sino talaga ang nagpa-aresto at kung may violation ba ang pagkaka-aresto kay PRRD. Nakakainit din po ng ulo kapag ka nararamdaman mo na pinipilipit na lang ang batas. Hindi ito edited, hindi rin ito komentaryo. Ipaparinig natin sa inyo ng buo at direkta dahil naniniwala kaming kayo mismo ang may karapatang humusga. Heto po ang bahagi ng naturang pagdinig sa Senado.
By the OIC Secretary of Justice because it was needed by Ambassador Lacanilao the moment that he reaches The Hague. So this was prepared on that day, and if I may point...
That day being...
March 12.
March 12.
March 12.
So hindi pa rin tumutugma yung oras?
Yes, ma'am, may konti hong inadvertence dito kasi the date March 12 here refers to the time of the arrest when in fact the arrest was actually March 11, 2025 at approximately 11:44.
So hinabol lang ninyo yung certification after the fact?
No, ma'am. This was the first certification that was issued because this was the one that was needed by Ambassador Lacanilao. We
So
corrected this after you pointed it out that when we reviewed it again and we saw that the date indicated for the arrest was March 12 instead of March 11.
And Ambassador Lacanilao received it on March 12, March 11, in Villamor, in Dubai, in The Hague.
As far as I know, Madam Chair, the certification that I prepared on March 12 was forwarded to the Office of Undersecretary T, our OIC Secretary of Justice. It was he who made the arrangements for the transmittal to Ambassador Lacanilao.
Thank you, Prosecutor. When did you send it to him and what did it say? Because we have no copies.
We sent it, this certification was prepared in the afternoon of March 12, 2025, and it was sent to...
March 12?
Yes, ma'am.
Pero sinuko na si Pangulong Duterte ng mas maaga?
He was actually transported around midnight, if I'm not mistaken, of March 11, ma'am. And I think they were in transit at this time. I'm not so sure. They were in transit at the time when this certification was sent to them.
Pwedeng isulat yan at bigyan kami ng kopya nung sinasabi mo o ito pa rin?
Yes, I can furnish you a copy.
Ito pa rin, yung March 12 pa rin?
Yes, ma'am.
Siya pa rin?
Sinong siya pa rin?
Yung sinasabi na yung aresto is March 12, not March 11?
Yes, ma'am.
Yan pa rin, yung mali-mali na yan?
Yeah, ito pong pagkakamali nito which was eventually corrected po.
Opo. Okay, we'll go back to that later. But Ambassador, when did you receive this?
Nung yung time ho na pagdating namin ng Hague, dumating yung ICC representative, hindi ho kasi pumapasok mabuti yung messages namin with USEC-T dahil mahina ho yung net namin doon. But after 10 minutes na ma-sign po nung ma-answer yung number 8 question, nakuha ko na. So I immediately sent the copy to the ICC representative.
Yung mali na March 12. Tama? Mali eh.
Yung kopya pong galing sa Department of Justice that time.
Pero walang nakasabi doon sa certification, kahit tanggapin ko na nagkamali, nagtypo sa date. Ang problema, wala namang sinasabi that he was delivered to a competent judicial authority to which you signed. Sabi mo, talagang na-deliver to a national competent judicial authority. Pinirmahan mo competent national judicial authority.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes po.
Kasi kagaya ho na sinabi ni Justice Ascuna kanina,
Oo.
sa sistema kasi ng ICC, ang prosecution po ay kasama sa korte. It's part of the court. Kaya yun po yung lumalabas kasi nga ang like the prosecutor general is competent judicial authority in the understanding of the ICC.
Secretary Remulla, it's very, very clear. Competent national judicial authority. There's nothing mysterious or equivocal about the sentence.
Yung nga ho yun eh.
National po.
Yun yung
National,
equivalent
ibig sabihin
kasi.
Pilipino
Yung
po.
equivalency po. Ang sinabi siguro ng ICC sa kanya, prosecutor. Prosecutor certification. I don't really know their conversation. But yun lumalabas. Kasi nga, hindi na matatanggapin ng ICC yan kung hindi na issue ng prosecutor yan eh. Kasi under their system, ang prosecutor is part of the court.
Parang nakakatuwa naman yung sagot na yan. Pero sige na lang. Ambassador Lacanilao, number 10, did the arrested person receive legal assistance during national proceedings? Pinirmahan rin ninyo yan. He received legal assistance during national proceedings. Anong national proceedings ang tinutukoy ninyo? Hindi nga dinala sa husgado. Doon lang kayo sa airport, sabi ninyo.
Ma'am, kaya ko yung sagot ko dyan ay I do not know. Kaya
Hindi, walang do not know sa number 10. Sa number 10, sinabi mo, yes, he received legal assistance during national proceedings.
Okay, legal assistance
baka naman kabulastugan lahat
ma'am,
ito.
legal assistance kasi po that time ang pagkakaintindi ko kasi nandoon yung tatlong lawyers niya.
Sinong tatlo?
Former ES Mijaldea, his wife, and Attorney Delgra.
Madam Chair,
Legal assistance during national proceeding. May national proceedings ba doon sa Villamor na sinasakop yung tatlong abogadong sinasabi mo?
Legal assistance and serving of warrant.
Ang nakasabi dito, did the arrested person receive legal assistance? Basahin po ninyo, nandyan, during national proceedings. He received legal assistance during national proceedings. Ang sabi po ninyo.
Service of warrant, ma'am.
National proceedings.
Yes, ma'am.
Yan
Service
ang
of warrant,
pagkaintindi mo. Yes, Senator Bato, please.
ibig mong sabihin, you want to impress upon us that yung service of warrant is a national proceedings? Yan yung gusto kong
Ma'am, that's an extradition form kasi. Sir,
Yes,
it's
sir.
an extradition form. Ang lumalabas kasi rito, case of first impression din po sa ICC na may nag-surrender po sa kanila ng tao. Hindi pa ho nangyayari ito eh. I think it's something that even the ICC
Yes, sir. Tama ka, sir. Tama ka. Ha?
Pero didn't know how to react to it.
balikan ko lang yung nakasulat. Natanggal, nawala. Ibalik mo nga. Ibalik mo. O very clear man ito, Ambassador. Did the arrested person receive legal assistance during national proceeding? Ang sagot mo, he received legal assistance during national proceedings. So ibig mo sabihin, yung national proceedings na sasabi mo dito, yung pag-serve ng warrant.
Serve ng warrant and also legal assistance kasi kasama ho niya yung tatlong abogado niya.
Ay, ganon. Pati yung
National-
competent national judicial authority, si General Torre na lang yon.
Wala ho
Kasi
kasing
sino ba
form ng
yun? And
may
then
I-
liwanag competent national judicial authority. Sino naman yun? Wala naman doon kundi police.
Madam Chair, may I? Ano ho kasi, yung lumalabas ho kasi rito, talagang even the ICC, the form they use is for extradition purposes. Makikita po naman judicial authority, kasi yun ho talaga experience nating lahat. This is the first time na may nag-surrender po sa kanila. Then they don't even know our domestic law. Kaya po, this is a way to patch things up. Kaya nga nung nag-require ng certification, umubra po yung certification ng Department of Justice, ng Prosecutor General, kasi yun po yung understanding nila ng situation. Pero this is an extradition form, kaya ang mga tanong po dyan is for extradition, not for surrender.
Pero kung extradition yung form mismo ng ICC, dapat nasundan yung extradition na process. May competent national judicial authority. Mismo yung ICC, inaalma pala na hindi ito extradition.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Cayetano.
Just some points. I understand, SOJ, where you're going, but Ang problem ko kasi yung pumirma yung representative supposedly ng bansa. Kasi from the start, information on the surrender and transfer yung title nung form. But as you said, kasi extradition is a form of surrendering, di ba? Pero hindi yun ang sinunod natin. So ang understanding ko kasi, very strict din yung ICC sa human rights. Kasi precisely nga, it's a court that based everything on human rights. So they want to make sure with the form that we followed human rights. Okay. So dun sa number 10, personally, I'm not committing the committee. Personally, I can understand that the service of the warrant is part of the national proceeding. But when you signed, kasi when the ambassador signed his name and ang nakalagay, he received legal assistance during national proceeding, it gives the impression that there was more than just the service of the warrant. If you relate that with number 8, kasi sa number 8, competent national judicial authority. So for example, kung sa kanila kasama ng judiciary yung fiscal, sa atin ang competent na judiciary is just the judiciary.
Mr. Senator, kasi nga, yung questions in the form refer to a case of extradition.
Yes.
Case of first impression nga to,
Yes.
even to the ICC, even to the Philippine government, to the Executive Department, to the Senate, to the Supreme Court, this is a case of first
Yes.
impression.
And assuming
kahit na, lalo na kung first impression, di ba dapat linagay na lang, I do not know. Doon sa ibang question, sinagot niya, no, I do not know. Bakit dito buong ningning siya sumagot?
Yeah. Can I pursue that? So assuming, Mr. Secretary, that I will hook, line, and sinker agree with you, yun ang point ko, di ba? That a representative of the Philippine government should not just sign. He should have noted there, surrender to, not applicable, etc. Because nga, ang titignan naman yung dokumento, hindi yung paliwanag. But I have one more question, and ma'am, payagan nyo, itulay ko rin to kay General Torre. Sir, pakinggan nyo yung question ko kay Ambassador kasi baka may link to sa isang tanong ko sa inyo. Ambassador, if you go one by one sa questions, it seems to me the ICC wants to make sure na nasunod yung due process at saka human rights ng akusado at ng inaresto. In your view, meron po bang violation ng batas sa pag-arrest or pag-detain ni former President Duterte?
Wala po.
So wala.
Opo.
So wala. And you know our law, so walang violation.
Opo.
Okay. How about you, General Torre? May violation ho ba sa arrest or detention ni former President Duterte?
No, sir.
No, wala. Categorical wala tayong violate na law.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I read to you Republic Act 7438, an act defining certain rights of person arrested and detained under custodial investigation, as well as the duties of the arresting, detaining, and investigating officer and providing penalties for violation thereof. Section F, any person arrested or detained, arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation shall be allowed visits by or conference with any member of his immediate family or any medical doctor or priest, minister chosen by him or by any member of his immediate family or by his counsel. I saw the video, sir. President Duterte was asking for his own doctors. Ang sabi nyo, hindi, may dala kayong doctor na colonel. Tama po ba?
That's one part, sir.
Yes, so
Pero
you did not allow him to bring in his own doctor.
there's another video that will show that he has his doctors from the Cardinal Santos.
Yes, and he was saying kulang yon kasi ano pa sila, di ba? Yung iba pang doctors, pero hindi na pinayagan. There's videos from outside, yung ibang gamit, etc. Correct, sir? So, you can answer. Hindi to yes or no. So, to your point, did you allow all of his doctors in or no?
Sir, we have substantial doctor. I think we have complied with 7438, sir.
Okay, it doesn't say here substantial.
We
It
have
says
complied with
here...
7438, sir.
No, sir. Ang sabi kasi dito, his choice. Hindi nyo choice. Hindi nyo choice i-limit yung doctors niya. Ang sabi nyo, substantial. So, I will clarify. Were there doctors that he requested you did not allow in? Yes
I was
or
not
no?
aware of that, sir.
Okay. You're not aware kung meron pinapasok o wala.
Kung meron siyang ibang
Okay.
additional doctors,
But
sir.
I saw the video wherein you're saying 2-star, ako na nagdedesisyon, I will not allow VP Sara in. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hindi ba siya anak? Ang nakalagay dito, the person's immediate family shall include his or her spouse, fiancé, parent or child, brother, sister, grandparent, grandchild, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, etc. Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon ata na kulong. Penalty clause. Any arresting public officer, employee, or any investigator who fails to inform any person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation of his right to remain silent and to have competent penalty of not less than 8 years. Ito, sa letter B, any person who obstructs or prevents any of his lawyers, any member of his family, or person arrested, detained, ayan, medical doctor or priest of his choice 4 years. So sir, you prevented VP Sara from entering.
At the outset, sir, maraming salamat sa pagbigay sa akin ng pagkakataon na ito para maklarify yan, sir, dahil nung first hearing natin, sir, ay palagay ko na-explain na lahat yan, sir, at nagkaroon ng napakaraming mga...
Nung first hearing, sir, ang pinag-usapan kasi doon na lawyer, ako, upon looking at the Constitution, kaming mga senador, we cannot appear before the court, but we can practice. Pero ang presidente, vice president cannot practice. So, kasama na ako doon at yung ibang nagsabing abogada, pero nung nakita ko tong batas na to, nakalagay, pag anak, you cannot stop them from visiting. And nakita ko yung video, but sabi nyo nga, may kompleto kayong video, that's why I'm asking you, baka naman pinapasok nyo nang hindi ko alam. Sabi mo, 2 stars, sir, ako na. Ako nagdesisyon nito, sir. I don't know if you use the word, ako mananagot. So, simple lang question ko, did you prevent VP Sara from seeing her father? Yes or no?
Can I expound on this, sir, before I answer the yes or no,
go ahead.
sir? Thank you, sir. Kaya ako nagpapasalamat, sir, na ma-expound yan, sir, dahil after the first hearing, medyo marami-rami ang lumabas, sir, ng mga misinformation regarding that matter, sir. Yes, sir, I did prevent I did deny the request of President Duterte for him to allow VP Sara to enter, sir. Kasi nga naman, sir, mag-aalas 10 na yun, sir. And that is already around 12 hours after we first got him into custody. The VP has all the chances to be with the President earlier that day. We are expecting her. Actually, sir, mga alas 3 pa lang, may information na darating siya. And kung gusto talaga nilang pumasok, sir, pwede naman, sir, eh. Kasi
Hinadlangan mo nga di
ma'am,
ba?
sinundo,
Parang
ma'am, sa loob ng Villamor.
Sinabi nga ninyo na hinarang, di ba? Sabi
Yes,
nyo,
ma'am. Ito,
kasi
mama,
gabi na, matagal na.
I did, ma'am, I did really prevent that from the VP. I told the President that she can visit her on the detention cell in Hague. Sabi ko kung gusto niya talaga. Pero
sabi
kasi
mo
nga
makapasok,
naman,
pero
ma'am,
sa kabilang
sandali, ma'am.
dako sinabi mo you prevented her. Alin ba talaga?
Let me clarify, ma'am, hindi pa ako tapos, ma'am, eh.
Hindi, iba-iba lang yung sinasabi mo, eh.
Ma'am, patapusin niyo ako kung pwede. Kung pwede, ma'am. Okay lang. Kasi ma'am, meron tayong...
I think the resource person is...
if you will allow me. Sir, if you will allow me. Sir?
Yaw.
Okay, sir.
Kaya nga, but please.
Ito, sir, after all was being said and done, yung sasakyan ni Hanilet, sir, and 5 other vehicles, nakapasok at sinundo sila, sir. Ang eroplano nasa bukas pang pintuan, sir. So, yan, sir, ang isang tumayong balahibo ko nun, sir, noong panahon na nakita ko, andyan yata si VP Sara, andyan si Bongo nakapasok na. Kasi sinusundo na, sir, si Hanilet at saka si Kitty, sir, ng kanilang mga sasakyan, together with the other entourage. Bakit nila sumabay dun, sir, sa tarmac? Bukas pa naman, sir, ang pintuan.
Alam mo, Madam Chair,
Sir.
Nick,
Sir.
you
That's a new
ibig mong
information,
sabihin,
sir.
kung pwede pumasok yung si Ma'am Hanilit at saka si Kitty, gusto mo ring sabay-sabay na sila.
Sir, ganito. Hindi ko dinideny na pinrevent ko si VP Sara na pumasok based on the request of the president, the former president.
Okay,
The reason for that,
you prevented VP Sara from entering.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the reason for that is that 12 hours na ang nakalipas at tapos na ang lahat ng mga delaying tactics. I cannot allow that. And otherwise, magiging magulo pa ang situation,
Nag-expire
sir.
pala yung karapatan ng akusado.
May expiration date pala yung karapatan ng anak na bumisita sa kanyang tatay?
Sir, we do believe, ako sir personally, that's my call at that time because I'm operating on the premise na ang aking mission.
So it's your call to
Yes,
violate
sir.
the law?
Yes.
It's your call to violate the law. Dahil nakalagay sa batas, binasa ni Senator Alan Cayetano na bawal na pigilan yung anak na bumisita. So it's your call to violate the law.
Hindi sa ganong context, sir.
Anong konteksto?
Anong
Kasi
konteksto
sabi
mo?
mo lang, talagang hinadlangan mo yung pagpasok eh.
Mr. President, I won't belabor the point kasi sinagot nyo naman, sir, yung tanong ko. Kasi nga, going back to Ambassador Lacanilao, that's a violation of the law. If you look at the law, it says arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. Kung arrested lang to, baka may lusot, 12 hours, 6 hours, matagal na. Pero ang nakalagay sa law kasi, you cannot deny pag arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. No if, no buts tong batas na to because nga, in the past, lalo pagka, wala pa namang internet masyado nito eh. 1992, no? Wala pa masyado yung mga, bago pa lang yung mga, cellphone na ba nito or ano? But ang point, sir, there's no exceptions here. So that's a matter of defense kay General Torre. But just to pursue this, yung doctors ho ba ni President Duterte certified him fit to travel? Di ba sabi niyo, sir, eventually pinapasok niyo rin doktor niya. So nung una, sa video nakita ko, hindi pa kasi niyo nasasubmit yung buong video, kaya hindi pa namin nare-review, no? That's why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Kasi I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't see and even if I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't view the video, no? So dun sa nakita ko kasi, you were denying, the President was saying, you have to make sure I'm fit to travel, and then sabi niya, doktor ko, ang sabi niyo, may doktor na dito, it was a police or military colonel. So eventually you let in some of his doctors, correct, sir? Yeah. Did they certify that he was fit to travel?
I believe, sir, on that argument, we can already...
No, it's not an argument. I was just
Sir,
asking.
okay, sir.
Did
Sir,
they certify that he was fit to travel or hindi sila tinanong were they fit to travel?
It's not part of the procedure for his private doctors for that to do that, sir. It will be the government doctors who will be
No,
taking
that's not
that, sir.
true, sir. Ang nakalagay ho dito sa batas, it can be his doctors. Magiging inutil yung batas if you invite your doctors and then they cannot certify. So, ang mangyayari nun, if they certify hindi pwede, sinertify ng government doctor pwede, korte ang magsasabi at kakasuhan yung doktor na nagkakamali. Hindi mo pwede basta't i-replace ng government doctor yung, so like now, no? If anyone here biglang nag-faint at sinabing hindi na siya pwedeng mag-appear dito, we have a Senate doctor. But if it's the doctor of the witness who tells us, we cannot immediately judge on the two. Kasi even dito po sa surrender, may mga tanong about being fit to travel eh. Na ang nakalagay nga eh, and even yung baka mapahamak yung kapitan. Kasi kung titignan niyo po yung yung
Yes.
pinirmahan ng kapitan, sa pinirmahan niya po may nakalagay doon ha. Saan yun?
Yes, Senator Cayetano, kung pwede lang
Yeah,
i-clarify,
anyway,
ang nangyari, si Kitty, sinabi talaga na hindi pinapasok yung doktor. At sinabi ni Dr. Rosa Alensi na ang dating Pangulo, napakataas na ng kanyang diabetes, umabot ng 328, he needs to be admitted directly to a hospital. Nagkaroon ng diskusyon doon sa Villamor, pinatawag yata nung isang Colonel Dr. Donald Palma, cardiologist, na hindi siya nasa kalagayan na magbiyahe ng mahaba, pero pinirmahan ni Dr. Colonel Jonathan Rico, isa na namang Armed Forces Doctor, Commanding Officer ng Air Force, na pwede siyang bumiyahe. So, ibig sabihin, maliwanag na ang pumirma ng certification of fit to travel ay hindi kanyang doktor na hindi pinapasok, kundi doktor ng AFP.
Correct ba ho ang pagkakwento ni Chairperson? No, Senator Go, just before, ito yung dahilan kung ba't ko tinatanong ha. Sabi nga ni SOJ, sub judice, meron na request, my petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Ang aking concern ngayon, kasi ang bata, ang ginagaya, hindi yung salita natin, yung gawa. And I think ganun din sa batang pulis, batang militar, batang tanod, batang NBI. They're watching now. So what if someone was arrested in Tawi-Tawi? Can he be visited by his family anytime? And can his doctor, they say, hindi mo pwede ilipad ng Manila yan. That's why I'm asking all of this, because according to Ambassador Marcos, Lacanilao, walang violation. Sabi niyo, walang violation, pero apparent dito. No? So I just want to put that on record. Sana malinaw natin yan. Kasi may police, meron din po kayong, di ba, revised PNP operation procedure. Pati doon, pareho nung batas pero parang hindi nasunod. So I submit to you and to Senator Bongo. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you, Senator Cayetana. Ambassador Lacanilao, babalikan ko lang yung pinirmahan ninyo. Andito na sinabi ninyo, kahit nagkakadiskusyon na tungkol sa diabetes ni Presidente Duterte at yung kanyang kalagayan, pinirmahan ninyo that you don't know if he's fit to travel or not. Bakit pinagbiyahe yan kung hindi ka sigurado?
Ma'am, first of all, kasi hindi po ako nasa medical field, hindi ako ang doktor. Kaya
pero pinirmahan mo rin na hiniling niya na dalhin siya sa ospital kaagad kasi masama na ang pakiramdam.
Ma'am, kasi hindi po niya, that time, nag-request ho si former ES Medialdea na i-inform ko, paglapag namin sa Hague, ang ICC na mabigyan si former president ng medical assistance. Sabi niya, baka hindi ka pakinggan. Sabi ko, kakausapin ko po. Kaya ho, nag-request ho ako that time, paglapag namin, kinausap ko po kaagad.
So, hindi totoo na hindi mo alam? Alam mo na may problema?
Hindi po. Kasi po, yun po yung request. Wala po ko alam kung may yung, kasi hindi naman po ko yung doktor.
Hindi ko naman sinasabi na doktor ka, ambassador ka, sinabi mo kanina. Pero ang pinirmahan mo rito, you do not know. Paano you don't know? Nagkakagulo na tungkol sa doktor.
Hindi po. Yun nga po, nag-request lang po si former ES Medialdea na ambassador, mag-request tayo sa ICC para mabigyan ng medical assistance si former president. Pero hindi po namin pinag-usapan kung ano po yung kalagayan na mataas po ang kanyang sugar o mataas ang kanyang...
Hindi, humihingi na nga na direktang dalhin sa ospital. Tanungin natin si Senator Bongo. Kanina pa nagtataas ng kamay, sorry.
Ako nagtatanong, ako po magtatanong. To Ambassador Marcos Lacanilao, totoo ba na pagdating doon sa The Hague, sinakay siya sa stretcher, siya na lang mag-isa? Yes or no?
Opo.
Hindi nyo na sinamahan?
Hindi po kami inalaw ho ng ICC.
Paano yung mga medisina niya?
Yun pong kanyang personal nurse together with the PNP doctor, nakipag-coordinate sa doktor ng
Hindi
ICC
sila
and
pinababa?
binigay ho yung...
Yes or no?
Ano po yun?
Hindi sila pinababa?
Hindi po.
Wala siyang kasama binaba?
Wala po, siya lang po.
Siya lang mag-isa?
Opo.
Alam nyo ba, marami siyang medisina, 27 yan, araw-araw. Kung ano yung pinainom sa kanya, hanggang ngayon po, hindi pa rin pinapainom sa kanya, kahit pinagdalawang beses na pinadalahan siya mula sa Pilipinas, hindi pinapapasok. Dahil gusto nila sila ang maggamot. Paano na lang po kung hindi hiyang o hindi naayon sa kanyang karamdaman. Yung nasa Villamor pa lang po, si dating Pangulong Duterte, mataas yung blood sugar niya. And he is due for check-up po, March 12. Andiyan po yung nurse niya. Monthly po yan. December, January, February, March. Buwan-buwan po yung kanyang medical procedure. 80 years old na po yan. Buwan-buwan, ako mismo sinasamahan ko. Pati yung gamot niya, buwan-buwan, ako rin po nagpapadala. May karamdaman na po si Tatay Digong. Alam niyo po, ganitong totoong kwento. Para alam niyo lang po yung totoo. Nung dumating si dating Pangulong Duterte, andyan po yung doktor niya. Harap ko po si Chief PNP Marbil. Tinanong ko po, sir, saan nyo ba dadalhin kasi dito yung mga doktor? Sabi nyo dadalhin po sa kampo sa 250. Kaya tinanong ko po yung spokesperson na hindi nagsasabi ng totoo. Tinanong ko saan dadalhin. Hindi niya ako sinagot, tinilikuran niya ako. Sumunod po kami. Nung sumunod kami, hindi na po ako pinapasok. That was 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Meron pong sumundo sa amin. Sumakay ako sa sasakyan ni Ma'am Hanilet. Pagbaba sa gate, binababa po ako. That was 3 o'clock pa lang po. Binababa po ako. Hindi po ako pinapasok. Respeto lang naman ang hinihingi ko. Just for the record. Sino ho bang pumigil nito? Bakit kaya hindi kami pinapasok? Kaya hindi po ako nagtataka kung hindi po pinapasok si VP Sara nung gabi. Paano papasok? Sarado na yung gate. As in, sarado. Lahat po ng gate sa kampo, sarado na po. Nung sinubukan ko pong pumasok, nagpaalam po kami. Pinababa po ako. Kahit nakasakay na po ako sa sasakyan. Nakiusap na lang po ako papasukin yung mga doktor. Yung 3 doktor po. It took you about 3 hours.
Narinig natin ang medyo mainit na balitaktakan. Hindi na po namin ito bibigyang kulay kahit parang may kulay na. Kaya lang dito sa Guillermo Arellano Unfiltered, layunin naming ipakita kasi hindi idikta. Ano po ang inyong palagay? May punto ba? May pagkukulang? May mga tanong pa ba kayong gustong masagot? I-comment po ninyo sa ibaba at sabay-sabay tayong magbantay. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang ganitong klaseng content, paki-like, i-share po natin sa iba at huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe. Ito ang Guillermo Arellano Unfiltered, kung saan ang boses ng bayan ay hindi binubura.